Hi, Gemini Risings. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine from Carrot 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their rising sign and the zodiac sign of Gemini. Unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 3-card spread of Love, Money, and You. And then we'll get a major arcana. And then we'll get a card from the End of the World as We Know It deck, created by me, that has the lunar phases and zodiac signs. Everything has been pre-shuffled. So let's go ahead and begin. I've got some, what did I do with that? I bought these a few days ago. They're little strawberry gummy candies. But then I also learned that the full moon that's upcoming here is a strawberry full moon. And then I looked it up to see why it's called the strawberry full moon, and it's Native American custom and having to do with the harvest being particular for strawberries during this time of year, right before summer solstice. So I thought that was pretty cool. I just saw 127. That could be significant for you. And then also, I have this here for you that I channeled, another level of flavor. So take what resonates for that. Let's go ahead and get started. I also, too, with this deck here, I haven't used it in a while, but I went to go use it and noticed that part of the deck was missing. And the way that I was able to tell that is just by being a tarot reader and realizing that the entire tarot deck wasn't completely full. Me not actually, going through the cards to make sure they're all there. It just being a knowing. So that could be significant for you in some kind of way there too. And then I was able to find it without much effort. I didn't really have to look. As soon as I realized that, I just kind of turned and seen it in a spot that I wouldn't even think to look. And it was actually almost like hidden, kind of, where I did that. But like I said, it's been a while, so I don't even remember. I mean, I remember doing that, but I also don't remember doing that, if that makes sense. Trickeries. Alright, and then the King of Pentacles was showing as a face card when I went to grab the other part of the deck that was missing. So that could be significant too. Alright, I'm going to put this here because I do have my balcony door ajar a little bit. I'm going to see if we can keep that so it doesn't float away. Let's do this here. Make sure it's still in the peak shot. Okay. So let's get your first card, Gemini Risings, for love. First card for Gemini Rising. First card for Gemini Rising for love. Money card for Gemini Rising. Money card for Gemini Rising. I have another message too. Perspective also being very important in what it is that you choose. To focus on when it comes to your truth is also going to be significant. It just got superiorly windy up in this beach, so I'm gonna close that just a little bit. That breeze feels so good. Okay, let's see if it calms down because that felt really, really nice. Okay, and then let's get your, and I'm going to leave this just like this. I'm not getting this as complete reversal or complete anything. It just, this is it. Let's get your U card for Gemini rising. Okay, so for love, I'm gonna have one of these. We have the Knight of Wands. I'm also getting like a lot of you trigger people. You can, I just feel all of you are completely fantabulous. And because you're so majestic and magical, and the things that you do just effortlessly will trigger a lot of people. That being for transformation. Because you have nothing to do with other people's problems. Alright, so Knight of Wands, fire energy, strength card. And I see a lot of you being this energy here. And this just being exactly what I was talking about, the trigger. That's the trigger. You trigger others in love for transformation. And then when they act like this, you have no problem in taming that beast. So what I'm going to do is this here. Because I also feel like this may be like some out of control force. I'm also getting to, again, it goes back to what it is that you choose to see, like what realm you choose to be on. So I'm getting higher level here too, where this is completely calm and peaceful and not aggressive. This being a part of the diligent work of all of you here as angels and what it is that you signed up for here to do, which is taming the beast. And choosing not to focus on this particular behavior, because I'm also getting this Knight of Wands possibly being a kid, a fire sign kid, where they could be a teenager or a younger male energy, like in the late teens or 20s, early 20s. Nothing past 25 is what I'm getting. So I do get that too. So lower realm, I get, triggered people, you having no problem taking care. And then higher level, you just being completely fantabulous, being of service and doing your purpose, fulfilling this. And then a lot of you being, with there being no strong masculine energy, where it could be what I'm getting here, going through certain partnerships and relationships, having to close certain cycles here connected to bestiality. And that bestiality will come from the moon card too, and that speaking to what it is that I'm actually channeling here, where the lower level energy is connected to the underworld, and then the higher level energy is going to be more of that moon energy. And I'm also getting Pisces, where I'm getting the moon card from the Cosmic Tarot deck. And there being two fish. I'm even getting Cancerian energy too, with the 69 symbol energy of the Cancer crabs. So take what resonates for that. And then 8 energy is also going to be significant, but I'm getting 88. And then speaking to the higher realms and the galactic energy that I'm getting connected to the constellations. And that also being about prosperous energy, prosperity also there too. That's connected to the Gemini from within you, being a great magi. as above, so is below. So being a divine conduit and being connected to the universe and being able to be here on this earth of service, always being taken care of and given what it is that you need at all times. Like, I'm getting it goes even beyond that. Another level of flavor. That's what that is. So then, again, I do get this being like a mother energy, and then the child, the kid, the mother energy, being single moms, divine women who are single, with the elevation, going through these cycles. I was going to say, as I was speaking on the bestiality and got distracted going into that moon card energy, closing these cycles so that divinity and divine union can come through. And then just having great love, because this is mother energy, being a beautiful, strong, responsible, loving mother. With this being in the love section here, with what I channeled for the child energy here. That's a young man, fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Ophiuchus. Okay, and so then here we have the Six of Cups, but it came through sideways, and I'm not necessarily getting this being about, like, I picked up a possible breakup that's happening, but I don't get any of you having anything to do with it. And that's why I feel Spirit wanted me to leave it this way. I just saw 1142. Six of Cup energy will be also too about karmics and the karmic cycles. So it could be possible, I'm getting that what's here as a result of what's happening here that we see in the Strength card. And this will be energy of Leo too, but I wasn't really getting that. I do see a lot of yellow here that's more pertaining to you. Yellow is going to be a color for Gemini. But because of what's taking place here, there's now some action that's taking place here as a result, where this may be about your counterpart. As you're closing cycles, they're closing cycles too. You being more representative in the love section, and this being great attractive energy here, where I get this being your divine counterpart who's going through some kind of connection here where they're also closing cycles just like you. You're both aligned here and putting ends to karmic cycles. So that's dope. I like that. All right, and then the sixth energy will be Virgo energy, sixth house of Virgo. Sixes are also connected to unconditional love. So I do get almost like the angelic energy here. I do get that here with the masculine energy. But because it's in this karmic energy, I feel that kind of speaks to why I'm also getting certain levels, certain realms. And this taking place in a physical energy of 3D, and possibly also to why this card is in this formation rather than it being like this or like this. And it wanting to be like this. Cups is going to be water. So they could be in the situation here that I do feel is ending with the water sign. Like I'm seeing the word not as I looked at these white flowers here. So take what resonates for that too. And then I do see a lot of gold, where I'm getting that being part of the physical 3D energy. And that will be standard for a lot of twin flames and divine union, where the divine feminine is more of that high level spiritual energy, and then the masculine will be on that same plane but be more in that physical. So it's physical and spiritual. And then I do get that 8 energy being connected as a part of what's here too. The 8 and 6 actually come together to create the twin flame card of Temperance of 14. All right, so with that being said, and this being in the money section, I do get this also being about significant change, where fairness is coming into play, connected to your finances and your money, where things may have been unfair or seemed like they were unfair. Everything plays out in the way that it needs to and is designed to. Where it's also about that knowing that you're always going to be taken care of no matter what. See if I'm, oh, and then Virgo energy will also be connected to you, with Mercury being your ruler, Mercury also being the ruler for Virgo too, the ruling planet. And then the prosperity energy I picked up here will speak to that gold energy in the gold home. I'm even getting mansion, and then the gold cups also being here for you too. I do see a message here of a 10 coming through here, where here it's going to be like I'm getting across like an X. I see it X energy, and then I also see a cross. So I do get hangman energy, where there may have been some kind of stagnancy or suspension, and it being connected to this whole cycling program here, but it helping to increase one's intuitiveness and depth, DEPTH, to receive that knowing of that continuous care and kindness. But this comes from within you here too, so it's powering you up. Empowerment amongst a soulmate connection here, where you're both doing the work, doing it together, and then also being aligned in the same energies of completing karmic cycles here. And then that just kind of speaking to the twin flame energy that's from within you both. And then this could go into a whole nother story about the knot, where I am seeing the yellow being worn here by a feminine energy. And there may have been some kind of, it's all about learning through these cycles here, but someone realizing that this is not their person. So then that leads into the Ten of Cups that we see here, where I do get 4 of Cups here between the 6 and the 10 here. There being 4 cups there, and opportunity. And then the 10 energy that I was speaking on here. So what I was going to say too, this being in the upright energy, I get a shield energy, and that just speaking to the divine protection. The 10 energy, I also got about an ending connected to what's going on here, and then the cross energy being associated with that hangman, and why there's that 10 energy overall of an ending and coming into a new beginning. And then just the letter X, that could be significant for you in some kind of way. I'm also getting that too. I'm even noticing the 4 cups right here in my face. So then it's also too about levels of awakening, like being at a certain level of ascension, knowing what to look for and when to look for it, and being at a certain level, another level of flavor, and seeing more that was actually right there, but because of the transformative energies and the changes and what's taking place from within, that's helping one to make changes on the out, things become more evident, more seen, more clear, to be able to make even better decisions for oneself. Like it just continues to increase. I'm also getting that for both you and your person here. And then that being connected to this overall 10 of Cup here. And this will be about significant happiness. You can see the partnership, the togetherness, the children. I even get like, if it's not about children, where I do get that, but I also see like the little boy here in yellow, just like the man, the dad, and then the mom being in blue, and then the little girl being in blue. So this could just speak to the triggering energy that both you and your person have from within, and then how you produce, the beauty that you produce, because this is from within you here, and it being complete happiness. And because you're so damn happy, Some people just can't stand that on lower vibration, lower realms, whatever. And this being that higher realm energy also too, with this 10 being different than the 10 that I got here. But then in that upright energy, that shield energy, speaking to this 10 of cups here and what's always going to be there for you because it's meant for you and designed for you. And then this will be more water energy. I am getting, when I mentioned that 4 cup too, the opportunity that may not, like the hangman energy and the stagnancy, opportunity not being taken because these 4 cups were a part of this karmic cycle that's being completed. So then let's see what's behind the 10 of cups here. We have the Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning, a new start, an air person here. I do see in this being about a significant offer, a spark. That being a part of the awakening and the awareness that I was getting here for both you and your person. This will be the polarity energy too, to your Gemini energy. Where I even get with the gold energy, that Gemini energy also being associated to for this person here, excuse me. And then the air energy will also speak to, I get this being, okay, let's take a look, right. And I don't get this being an overall, if this is about, I'm not getting that. I feel that this is going to be separate energy, even though we have 9 wands here. Where that 9 energy could be Sagittarius energy, but I'm not getting this being all together. I see you, your person, you, your person. So that ending energy, going into a new beginning, 8 energy being right here for you. And then this will also speak to, this is the fathering energy where this is going, it's just evident here, and this will confirm the child energy that I was getting here, and this not being connected to a love connection. And that could be significant to, connected to some kind of, like I'm getting distortion. And then they're just being, like I said before, with ascension, there being greater awareness, seeing more of what has always been there, because one is on different levels. And then having greater understanding and understanding of the why. And then moving accordingly and making the changes necessary. And as one's doing that, it just increases into greater. I was going to say greaterness. That's not necessarily a word, but it is because I said it. So I see, again, you and your person here. And then this being the overall 10 of cup here. That's here for you both. Beautiful family life, stability, happiness, joy, completion. 10 of Pentacles will be aligned here with this too. And then the universal energy. Again, that's meant for you. The chakra energy I do get. And then the purification from the rays. And that colorful energy. And the surrounding white energy. Being spirit. And that speaking to the divinity and the purity that I got here with the white here. And then the knot associated with the white flowers that have been given to someone else here. And this coming to an end to create this new beginning here of this ace, where aces have nothing to do with the past and are completely new. For new start, new endeavor, new adventures. This is also about passion, great amount of love. Warm energy will be here too. And then little sprouts here, speaking to potential and what is to be. Divine offer overall, but this definitely coming from, I do get this being the masculine energy that's here. And then this will also speak to that physical energy. And then the spiritual energy with the arrows of love. And this coming from above. How beautiful is that? Full circle. That's also what I'm hearing too. So then polarity energy, doing the shadow work successfully, will be here with the wands for you both. With that fire there. Arrows of love and the 8 of wands, ace of wands. Beautiful offer. And it going beyond just sex. It's having to do with so much more. It's another level of flavor. Beyond that 3D. This is beautiful. So because of the significance of what's here for your cards, I'm not going to look at the bottom of the deck. I am getting for some of you, like I'm seeing an arch that could be significant. And I'm getting, like I'm hearing St. Louis. I'm also getting Paris. So that could be significant too. And then this 10 energy connected to the shield energy, I do get that being connected to Saturn. Saturn being the ruler of Capricorn and also Aquarius. And then the 1 energy being significant, where that 10 breaks down to a 1. We'll speak to the Magi energy that's here for you. Both you and your person, because I did pick up strong Gemini energy here too with the gold and the yellow. I'm even getting your aura, that spiritual aura that's just like this here, being also this mansion energy. And you both kind of being resonant in one another's lives because you're soulmates. And then I feel that air formation here where I kind of see a masculine energy also being significant. I want to say too, this being a divine hand, but I get this also being about the green I see here, that being unconditional love. But I also get this being about the balance, and a part of why this ace and this newness is here, learning lesson here, being balanced with both divine masculine and feminine. And then I even get that here with the way that the divine feminine is represented here, and then being strong in that masculine energy with the wand energy there, speaking to the 8 and that representation there. And this is speedy energy. I also get too, especially with the spark energy and then the fire from the arrows of love, the 8 of Wands. Quick, fast communication that's coming through. So a lot of you are already in this. There being a knowing, and you're just, I feel this is like the onset of something beautiful here that's taking place for you, completing major cycles here. I'm also getting to, for some of you, this won't be everybody, but someone may be finding out that a child isn't theirs. And I'm only getting that because there's an alignment here with a mother and child. And then just seeing the giving energy and how this feminine energy is a little smaller. That could be significant too. It's not going to be everybody, so take what resonates. But I am getting either or it being both. And this happening for the divine masculine that's coming through here, where they're completing karmic cycles, possibly due to finding out something connected to a child, but then also maybe ending something karmically because of that childish behavior connected to a child. And if it's not connected to a child, it's just going to be a karmic completion, a karmic cycle that's being done. So take what resonates for that. And then that 6-9 energy is also wanting to come through, where I don't get these being together as a 9, but because it is a 9 energy overall, that Cancerian energy that I picked up is also going to be significant too with what I channeled from the Moon card. Okay, so let's get your major arcana for Gemini rising. This could be very significant for the strawberry full moon that wanted to be present here in your reading here. I feel it's almost like I've been getting the keyword inevitable for a lot of channelings lately here. So this is also speaking to the universal support and protection and love also with the white energy. I was also going to mention the covering of that spiritual energy, the white energy, and that also being an attestment to ascension and going beyond the crown chakra and the white light that exists from within you, both you and your person here, and it being evident here connected to the Ten of Cups here. Gemini rising, where both you and your person marry each other just in the ways that will pertain to what is meant for you and each of you on your journeys and what you are to complete as far as karmic cycles. Gemini rising. Okay, I'm not going to take that. I didn't want to pop. Let's see if we can get a popper. And this came through for the last reading. It looks very similar to that Hermit card. That is a card of Virgo. And then I'm also getting it being more about the masculine energy and the underworld energy. And I was even getting the Moon card here where it's overturned and that water being dumped to be able to see the truth. Someone's mask has come off where they may have been wanting to hide, and that being that Hermit reverse card. Not being able to hide from the truth from within themselves, and then just seeing everything kind of unfold as they're facing their own self and their own truth, and it being inevitable. So at the bottom, we have Judgment reverse, where I'm hearing not wanting to face judgment. Or it could even be I'm getting poor judgment too. And then I do see this being about the masculine. This is masculine energy with the Leo energy. I don't even get the divine feminine being a part of this. I get this being about a transformative happening for the divine masculine, and why this Ace of Wands is here. Them going through some darkness, finding the light in the darkness, seeing the truth by seeing the truth from within themselves, taking their mask off. And then that 10 energy I see here connected to what I picked up here. You can see it right here with the crossing of the horns and 2 angels in white. So you both being earth angels. I'm getting Superman. And it may not even be about taking a mask off. Take what resonates. But I do get this divine masculine almost being like Superman, where they may feel like they have to be Clark Kent, and that being the physical. And then also being Superman, which is the earth angel energy. And then in being Clark Kent, there may have been like a certain feminine energy, and then Clark Kent finding out that it's not Lois Lane. And then making an offer towards the true Lois, who's also going to be like, I don't know how that works with the Superwoman and Superman and all that stuff, but the counterpart to Superman, we'll just say that. And maybe that's significant too, in getting away from labels. And that may be a part of the karmic cycles, part of the awakenings. I'm getting it not necessarily being not wanting to face judgment, but making poor judgment is what's coming through a little bit more connected to the Sun card reverse. This being a card of 20. But there's 2 10s here. So this could even be, like, I know how and I feel it's about perspective. I know how that looks, but I feel that this is just connected to the karmic cycles that are being completed, coming to an end, because of what may have been hidden. And then the cups being, like, I'm seeing that moon energy. With this being in reverse, I'm getting the moon card, and then that moon energy here with the 2 fish, this being spirit overall, whoever you believe in, and then the 2 fish energies, where spiritually this is happening from within you both to bring endings to karmic cycles. Now, whatever's going on here, I feel that's going to speak to the work that's being done by both of you here, and what came through for each of you. Connected to this, and then connected to this, and that will be that. And that being the underworld energy. So the water will be here. The water sign energy will also be there. And then the bestiality energy will also apply for what's here. And I feel that's about the perspective, the level, and what's pertaining to each of you on your journeys. And that also being about not judging, and that's where the not judging energy. So maybe someone doesn't want to be judged for what it is that they have completed as a part of a cycle, and may have been fearing this, but realizing that you're both soulmates and counterparts, and there's compassion and understanding. And I did get that too. So getting over this, and then doing what's best, what's right, and what's integral, and in doing that there's an increase and an ascension, and then change for the better. It's bringing this about here. Whoop whoop. Pull over that ass too fat. Whoop whoop. Pull over that ass too fat. That could be significant too. But that's cool. That's what I get there. Alright. So let's do this here so we don't. Then I'm going to have another one of these. Let's get your final card. Ooh, what's peeking? I was going to say too, the world card. Card of 21, which creates a 3. That's 3rd house energy of Gemini. This is consecutive divine order here too, with the sun card being 19, the judgment card being a card of 20, the world card being a card of 21, speaking to karmic cycles completed. And that could also be why this was sideways here too. Connected to this here. And then even here, you both coming into some major completions here. And this being what's coming about. And I was going to say that too. So you may be on like the finishings, so that this all can come together. And it is coming together just in the way that it was designed to. The Saturn aura notification just appeared on my phone. So that could be significant too. And the aura right before Saturn aura is going to be the moon, which is very interesting because that did want to come through without the actual moon card being here. So this is going to be the Hermit. So it wanted to be there, whether it, that card wanted to pop out or not, but it's still there. So with this being behind this, I do get that being associated. And then I also get 3 wands and 3 wands in reverse with the 2 horns here. And then the 1 wand that's being held here, and that stagnancy energy, and then the hangman energy of 12, that being a 3. So you have a lot of 3s here. And then that one also speaking to this one here, this one being in reverse, and it being in reverse to speak to why all this is here. But someone awakening. This is an awakening. And then karma will also be a part of the judgment card here too. Ooh, look at that. These cards just want to peek through. I'm not doing this. I just want that to be clear, but we have the Hierophant. 5 energy. I see it here, connected to the 3 energy for you all. And this just being about the knowing. It's another level of flavor. A lot of you being this 3 energy. But I get this being about a contract for both of you as strong Gemini energies here. And you, this being the recognition of a soulmate. Almost like the identity. It getting away from the labels and it just being energetic. But I do see Hierophant and then even Empress energy that will speak to the divine feminine here. But we have it here. With the Hierophant, this is a commitment, contract, loyalty, the higher level connection, the Earth Angel energy, counterpart to the High Priestess, which will come from the 2 energy here in the breakdown of the 20. The High Priestess being a card of 2. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's I'll do this here. That breeze just feels fantastic. That's all I'm saying. Alright, and then let's get your final card here for Gemini rising. Here's that cross too that I was getting. The Saint energy, and then the white and the purity. Taurus energy will be here, but then the green energy right there, speaking to the balance that's now here in the Ace of Wands, coming from divine masculine. Gemini rising, I love your reading. Gemini rising. Full moon energy is going to be about illumination very strongly. Revelations, sirens. Gemini rising, you get 1 card please. Thank you, Spirit. That Leo energy is also going to be matching energy to what was picked up here with the Strength card. With that Roman numeral 5, 5th house energy of Leo. I was gonna say, you both just match. Here's the Cancer energy and the 69. And it's sideways, like here. Last quarter. Taurus at the bottom of the deck. I get this again being about the divine masculine. And the discovery, the awakening of the knot, where I did get that water sign energy connection, and the moon card, and the underworld energy, the darkness, and the last quarter energy being significant, connected to the full moon. It's it's not the phase right after the full moon. After the full moon will be disseminating energy, and then will be the last quarter energy. So I do get that also pertaining to the upcoming full moon. I feel this may have already taken place, to be honest. And this is about a shift that's coming in for some newness here. Connected to love, the spiritual and the physical. And this being love, shared between you both, giving to each other here. Where you see here, it's like that sideways energy. So I don't feel the need to read these cards. I feel it's more pertaining to the actual energy that's wanting to relay confirmation for the message here in your reading. And I'll take that honk as confirmation. But for the last, and I feel that this last quarter energy, is actually something that already took place with the past full moon. And then there being energetic shift with the recent new moon that we just had. And now something coming full circle with this upcoming strawberry full moon here. That's what I get there. I get this also possibly being about this energy and the attention, and even here, and the attention wanting to come through. And then with this being at the bottom of the deck, this also being not only about the divine masculine, but wanting to conceal or keep buried divine spiritual union and contract between you and your person. And then I'm also getting you both possibly having strong Taurus energy, where you may have cusping energy or another significant placement connected to Taurus. So I will read this one here because I do feel that this is going to speak to your overall commitment and loyalty and contract and spiritual connection and divine union. Ooh, yes. And we can definitely say that here. So beautiful for Taurus. Color for Taurus will be green. And then it says for Taurus, slow and steady wins the race. We enjoy good comforts and have great taste. Nom, nom, nom. Stable and kind. A lot of good fortune in us you will find. And then here's the 2. So yep, that just confirms the High Priestess energy. A lot of you as divine feminines connected to the Hierophant with the Taurus energy here. And then the matching energy, and how I said you both match, will be the 5 energy here, speaking to the Leo energy that's coming through, even though this is also a Taurus card. That goes back to the strength card of Leo. It always comes back to each of you. You always come back to another is also what I'm getting here too. So throughout these cycles here, you may, and that's typical for twin flames too, and coming together in physical union. There being a coming together, then a force of separation. Well, what seemed, you're never separate, but physical energy is what I'm getting. And then a coming together, and then so on and so forth. But it's like I'm getting an interwoven effect here, where now we have this here, and it being actually met. You and your person meeting up here with significance, because we have an ace of a new start. And then prosperity and love connected here too, where you're both offering this to each other here. Being Gemini strong, with beautiful abundance associated in a commitment and contract. Gemini risings, this was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers, and until we meet again, I wish you all the very, 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 very best. Take great care. I love you. Happy full moon. Peace.